Hello all you amazing people. In this video we'll be talking about Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager, which released 1 month ago. This is going to be a full overview of what has happened in the modding community over the last month, as we've gotten over 2,000 new mods. There's 300 different class mods and a ton of fun things coming our way. So this is just opening up the floodgates for more mods to come. I like talking about mods because it brings awareness to a bunch of different mod creators, and if you like any mods that a creator has made, I highly encourage you to donate to them because their work has made this game incredible, and it's going to give Baldur's Gate 3 an incredibly long shelf life. So shouts out to all mod creators, and again, go donate to them if you want to see more of what they do. But we're going to be covering a bunch of different mods today, so this is all in the in-game mod manager. We're going to be highlighting some really nice ones like Mistress Spells, which adds 110 new spells into the game. Like, this is incredible. This one made by Random Killa here gives us a bunch of different spells. You can see a full list of it here. I'll go into a little bit more in depth in a moment. There's also the 5e spells mod, which is very similar, adding a bunch of different spells, cantrips that are from the 5th edition's Dungeons and Dragons. We also have some really cool ones like the facial animations mod. This is one of my favorites. It's not a major mod, but you can see here, like if you look at the characters, you can go right up in their face. Their face will have small little adjustments to the animations, like the lips moving, their eyes moving around. It just breathes a whole lot of new life into Baldur's Gate 3, and I think that this mod is going to be an essential one for me. I don't think I can play without it. As minor as it is, it just makes everything a lot more realistic. So love this mod, and we got a really funny picture of Lae'zel here. So PK Heartbreak made this mod. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. But we also have some really impactful mods like the Cheater's Ring, which a lot of people have been using since, because it has some cool interactions. Like you can set all your stats up high. You can make it so you never fail rolls, and then you always succeed on rolls with critical success. You can make it one-shot enemies. And also, a little thing, put it into turn-based mode whenever you're using the Cheater spell Scroll Summon. So if you're going to summon it in the armor box, you have to put it in turn-based mode or else it disappears in 5 rounds. So this is for console players that I know have had some issues with this. Just want to briefly touch on that there. But in addition to this, we got a lot of really cool class mods like the Artificer here, made by Echo 0000. This one has 4 full subclasses. I'll be covering this a little bit more in depth in this video. The Mind Weaver, a very popular class with also 4 subclasses. We also have things like the Witch mod, made by Nuto123. Really well done mod with 4 also subclasses. So the common theme here, a lot of these really well done mods have multiple subclasses to them, making them feel like they're actual classes that could be in the base game themselves. As for subclasses, I'm a massive fan of the Dread Overlord Warlock. This gives a ton of different spells, the ability to summon in undead dragons, some giant skeletons, and a whole lot of other things made by the Dread Overlord himself. So yeah, this one's incredible. I love summoning the Warlock skeleton here that can cast Scorching Ray. We also have some cool subclasses. Another one with 4 subclasses, the Arcane Vanguard, giving us the Eldritch Vanguard, Judgment Sentinel, and Arcane Dervish subclasses. Very well done. I'll cover that a bit more in detail. I love the Sorcerer. This is my favorite class in Baldur's Gate 3, and we got lots of cool subclasses like the Divine Soul Sorcerer, which allows us to take some cleric spells and all the way up to Planar Ally, which is really cool to see. So that's a very fun one. Another one that I absolutely love is the Oakheart Sentinel, made by Knightly ST. They put a lot of heart and soul into this one. It's basically a combination of the Druid mixed with a Ranger's pet, so you get a companion, and it's a martial class, so very cool combination. They're working on another mod as well, so they gave me an update yesterday that this mod that they're working on actually crashed, so expect more good things from this creator. They've done a lot of good so far. We also have the Demon Hunter, which made by Grumpy Wumpy here. This is a very interesting one because it is focused on a World of Warcraft class. So there's 3 that I've seen so far. This, the Demon Hunter, the Priest, and the Death Knight. So 3 World of Warcraft classes, very cool. We also got some cool ones that came from the Nexus mods as well. So this one here by Havsglint, Circle of the Stars Druid. There's also the Oath of Conquest Paladin that has made their way over to the in-game mod manager. So this one's incredible because it gives you a whole new way of playing the Druid. If you're someone that likes to do more casting, you got this one that's going to give you all of that. So it has a Starry Astral form you can go into with 3 different versions, giving many different effects of a very cool subclass. And speaking of subclasses that I really enjoy, we got the Blood Sorcery Sorcerer here. Another very powerful one. There's also the Blood Mage a lot of people have been talking about, but this one is better and more powerful, I would say. What's cool about this is that it gives a bunch of different unique spells. So you can see here a full list of the spells. It has 3 cantrips. It does have spells that will hurt your character unless your character is also bleeding. So it is a high risk, high reward style class. And I love that kind of gameplay. There wasn't that many like high risk, high reward other than like the Barbarian in Baldur's Gate 3. So having another class that does fill that role is nice. I also love leaving puddles of blood and then being able to bind enemies to them. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this subclass. And comes with spells that you can use in other classes, which is very nice. But some other weapon mods we got is like the Mana Flare Magic Aura weapons. So this is a pretty cool one. What I like about this is you can see there, you get a bunch of different cool weapons that glow. So what this looks like in practice, I currently have Guts Greatsword here, which is in the in-game mod manager. Potentially come to console, can't confirm if it will or not, but in addition, we got ourselves the Mana Flare vessels here, so you can see like there's a bunch of different ones. Concussive vessels, so you equip that and you get this really cool glow to your hands. Caustic, so you can put 2 of these on, and then you get 2 different style attacks that deal with different types of damage. This is a fun mod. I really like this. There's also some other complementary mods that go alongside this, and then whenever you go into your attack, you pull them out. So it looks super cool. Like, look at that. That is incredible. Very bright, glowing colors. So yeah, the Mana Flare vessels, very fun. In the topic of weapon mods, I guess I'll also touch on, we had the Guts Greatsword there. So I accidentally put this into here. Fans of Berserk will know this one. It's very cool. Again, in-game mod manager alongside Devil Sword Dante. So Dante, Devil May Cry's sword here. So this is a cool one. It also has a unique weapon action on it. So when you're playing with this, you get this cool mega slash attack, which hits in a huge area. What's nice about that is you can hit multiple people with it. Boom! And it does a lot of damage. So sorry, Jahara there. Just had to showcase this mod. But we also got some other ones. You can see here I have Gale all dressed up in Bloodborne outfits. So there is a blood. This is unfortunately on Nexus mods right now, and I don't know if it will come to console or even to the in-game mod manager. But you can see there, it comes with all sorts of Bloodborne weapons. As a huge fan of Bloodborne, we don't have Bloodborne for PC, so this is the closest thing to it. And yeah, I want to show off some of the class mods that we got here, because I have 33 of them. There's a ton that have been added to the in-game mod manager though thus far, and obviously a lot more coming. I've been working on my own one. It is a work in progress, to say the least, but yeah, we got things like obviously the Mystic being one of the best with 63 different disciplines. I've touched on this and done many builds on it. It's a lot of people's favorite for a good reason, because it comes with so much to it. It also has so many unique icons here that the creator did a great job with this. So Zevo is the creator. Go check it out. It's available on console as well, which is incredible. So very nice. We also got ourselves the Dark Ranger, the Death Knight, which I touched on. These this one unfortunately is on Nexus mods only, but even we got the Artificer, the Witch, level 2 has 4 subclasses. The Blood Mage, 3 different subclasses here. Mind Weaver coming with some cool ones. I love the Astral Seer, giving us like a combination of psychic and cold damage, 2 of my favorites. And then we also got ourselves the Slayer, combination of Rogue and the Ranger. I guess I'll go down to the bottom, some new ones. We got ourselves the Ninja class, which specializes in assassination, sabotage, deception, ninjutsu, and martial arts. With this, we can chakra infuse our attacks with fire or cold damage, and then we also can hide. Kind of a hybrid class between monk and rogue, but also, if you're a big fan of Naruto, this one's for you. It's perfect. It's named the Shinobi class in the in-game mod manager, so you can check that one out as well. The Mage Seeker is a really cool one, having focus on taking out mages, which can be potentially a nice class to have if you're playing through the game, because there's a lot of mages. It doesn't feel too overpowered. It feels like a nice counter to some of the classes that we encounter often. Nephilism here, this one is based on Devil May Cry, and it has some cool force damage additions to its attacks. Very powerful class, and it's a whole lot of fun as well. We also have our demigods here. This is a cool one. It has 5 subclasses now. There was just 4 a few days ago, so they've been updating this one, putting a lot of hard work into it. We got the Hair of Zeus. Each of these comes with different cantrips. So lightning focus here for Zeus, and then also the thunder focus on the spells. And if you have the 5th edition spells mod, it will add some from there. The Hair of Hades being focused on mostly fire and necrotic damage, and also being more so of a weapon fighter. Aphrodite, giving ourselves some psychic-based ones, so very cool. Dissonant Whisper, Silence, Color Spray. Hair of Ares here, giving us more of a, obviously, the god of war, focusing on fighting. And it's get things like Eldritch Blast and Sword Burst, and even a bunch of other spells here like Magic Missile. And then also the Hair of Artemis, the Hunter. So obviously these are going to be focused more so on like a Druid style and also archery. So this one is incredible, the Demigod class in the in-game mod manager. Mystic Blade being another really cool one, adding strength and dexterity modifier to armor class. This one is just one that's focused more so on fighting with its weapons. Oakheart Sentinel, as I touched on, comes with 3 unique subclasses. The Keeper being more of a summoner, the Seeker being more of a stealth-based class, and the Watcher being a martial class. I guess they're all martial classes, but this one being more so focused on getting up and just fighting. So this one's really well done, and they also have another mod coming out soon. A lot of people have been asking for the Ill Rigor mod here, which is a popular one, being able to apply baleful seals on targets, and then getting a bunch of different passive bonuses, and also later on you get bonuses based on your seals that have been affected to the targets, so that one's really nice. Phoenix Bearer being a fire spell focused one, with things like Searing Smite and Phoenix Fire Miner. So there's a lot of spells that actually heal you and deal fire damage. I also like the Phoenix Soul Sorcerer, which is not on the mod manager yet, but similar concept to this one. So if you like this, there's probably some good things coming our way. We also have the Reaper class, which is a very fun one, focused on using Scythe and dealing cold damage, and you can also choose a deity too. So we also got the Dragon Knight, which gives me some issues, but I know the creator is working on fixing that. So 5 different subclasses featuring Caustic, Flame, Frost, Rot, and Storm subclasses. So this one's really cool. Also got the Demon Hunter here, as I touched on. This is from World of Warcraft. So you got like you got 2 different resources that you build up with your attacks, and a lot of the classes that are built off of World of Warcraft are incredible. So love that. Godslayer being another. The Godslayer and the Blood King are 2 that are very powerful. This one being more so focused on like casting a bit, and then also has fighting style there too. So you can kind of like a paladin, dark paladin style class. Also got the Viper being a 2-weapon fighting style class. The Artificer here, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm just going to go quickly through a build here. So you got like the Artillerist, the Armor, Alchemist, and Battlesmith. And what's nice is you get all these unique actions. So you can add like 1 to your attack rolls, or add 1 to your armor class. And then also getting us some different spells here, from like Shield to Thunderwave to Magic Missile. And really cool ability. You can add +3 to a stat because it doesn't have the same effects as some of the other ones. Then you also add a lot to your, since you don't get to add skill proficiencies later on, it just adds a bunch right up at the start. So it is a little bit front heavy with this class, but the Artificer is incredibly strong. I guess not broken strong, it is still pretty good. But you can see here we got a bunch of class passives, so like you can apply a lot of things. Elemental adaptation being cool, and you're vulnerable to thunder, lightning, and force damage, but after you take that, you become immune to it. So there's a lot of fun abilities on this class. What I like most about it is it just opens things up. This is a 5th edition class that didn't make its way into Baldur's Gate 3. You can give yourself different proficiencies, you can give yourself a ton of different spells. So what's fun about this class is you combine being able to be a weapon fighter alongside being a spellcaster with a select few spells, and it's also an intelligence-based class. So there isn't that many intelligence-based class in the game, and this one can get level 4, 20 intelligence with its +3 at the start. So really cool. It uses the Arcane Jolt for its like a resource, and then also a subclass feature at level 5. You get the repeating shot with a bonus action. So depending on what class you choose, you can get extra attacks or the ability to cast spells or upgrade your armor, etc., etc. The Armorist being one of the best builds for being defensive. So this was really cool, and you can even get things like Fireball and Conjure Barrage. So it does it all. This is a fun class, very powerful, but I don't even think it's as strong as a Sword Bard. So to be honest, a lot of people have been saying some of these classes are overpowered, and there are quite a few overpowered ones. But the thing is, if it's not as strong as a Sword Bard, the base game has stronger classes than it. So that's just my way of looking at it. Arcane Vanguard being another really cool one, getting the 4 subclasses, which I talked on. Very fun class, and I'll be doing a build on this some point soon. Accursed being a cool one that focuses on cursing and applying curses to enemies. The Vanguard, similar to the Arcane Vanguard, also spellcasts and everything there too. Scrounger is a really cool one. This allows you to turn into like a Bile Titan and shoot at enemies. And the Kanala being, these are kind of similar ones, seeking salvation in the fabrics of the material world. And this one utilizes powerful gifts by creatures, objects, or intangible forces. Keyblade Master, unfortunately, this is only on PC with Nexus mods. Harlequin being a cool focus between both a bard and a rogue. The Priest, this is in the in-game mod manager. It's World of Warcraft based. You power up your spells by casting spells, which I think is a cool way of going about things. Favorite Soul being a kind of a blend between Paladin and the Cleric there. So you can see there's tons of classes, and then we have a bunch of cool subclasses. Like we got the Oath of Conquest Paladin. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, made by Havsglimp. Did a great job with this one. The Sorcerer has a bunch of fun ones like the Divine Soul, which gives you cleric spells and you can heal yourself, things like that. I like this one. Also really a big fan of the Blood Sorcery, because you can see here we got multiple different spells that focus on bleeding the target and deal extra damage regarding that. So very fun subclass. Voidborn being like a psychic based one, and then also the Phoenix Soul. This is from Nexus Mods, unfortunately, but you can turn into an egg and then rebirth yourself, getting the effects of Long Rest, which is super cool. Also in this, we have the Death Domain Cleric, and the Forge Domain has just been added to the game as well in the mod manager. There's a bunch of different Bard subclasses too. As a fan of the Bard, I like to see this because it's a class that I think everyone can enjoy because it goes so many different ways. But unfortunately, all of the mods aren't as strong as the College of Swords. So College of Friendship here, College of Glamour, College of Eloquence, and College of Dance ×2, depending on what mods you have downloaded. Bunch of different subclasses. I think this is incredible just for role-playing purposes. If you want to play with friends and have a bunch of different bards in your party, this is the way to do it. So yeah, really well done. And the Wizard has one that's really popular with the Spellblade, but also the Blade, or the Blade Singer here. Spellblade disappeared with an update, of course it did. But the Blade Singer being another really cool one. So I do have some issues, and I know a lot of people also do, but sometimes certain mods will override others' appearances in the mod or in your in-game UI. So sometimes if you want to use one mod, you have to disable another mod. So it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that things have to go sometimes. I just wanted to touch on that because I know a lot of people have been asking the question around it. Now, just to touch briefly on some cosmetic mods, we do have, these are from Nexus Mods, like Shadowheart has series clothing on. I have a bunch of different outfits on. Basket full of equipment. If you got PC, highly recommend using this mod. I have a guide on how to install it as well. And then we also got our series gear, the Night Chest, which is a cool one, also from Nexus Mods, as well as Gale's funky Bloodborne outfit. And the Scantily Camp outfit mod gives us some pretty cool looking armor. Like this is the armor of the Night Song. It's really nice. So yeah, just want to touch briefly on some that unfortunately aren't in the mod manager, but potentially we will see things similar to that as people are starting to create their own mods into the mod manager. Now for appearances, there's mods that allow you to use anyone's face from the base game. So like this is Viconia's face, and we got Jahara's face, and Shadowheart's face, and Minthara. Seraphina being a mod that just got added to consoles. This is a new face as well, and you can use this on a variety of different races, which is very nice, giving us freedom of choice. And I think we're going to see a lot more face mods eventually. I just want to make a little side note here. Previously, I said that the Faces of Faerun would be coming to console because it was labeled with the coming to console tag, which has since been removed, so it is not coming to console since it does use shaders. So I don't want people harassing the creator because they've done a lot of work to get this mod out there. And yeah, it previously said it was not the creator's fault, it was Mod.io listing it as a mod that was coming to console. So just want to apologize for saying that it was coming to console because I was receiving some heat for that, so just want to clear the air on it. But we also got a bunch of different hair mods. So we got the Kay's Hair Extensions mod here. They also made a Kay's Hair mod, so you can check that out. Very well done mod there, giving us a bunch of different customization, which is really nice because customization is something that's pretty fun. Made by Persendipity here, so there's Kay's Hair mod in action, so you can go check them out. They've made a few different mods related to hair and accessories, so you can see a bunch of cool ones there. They've done a great job with that. But they also have the hair extensions, so you can add literally anything to your character. That didn't work out properly. Obviously, some of these don't work with other mods, but you can add like Shadowheart's extensions to your hair. Your mileage may vary. There's obviously a lot of great combinations there to be made. And then there's also the bangs mod. So if you want to add bangs to your character, so I'll just use something a little bit more basic and then add in bangs. And yeah, you can get creative. So you may not have Tav's Hair Salon, but we have Tav's Hair Salon at home, and this is it. So you can get very creative with how you make your characters look using this mod. It's a cool one. I really like the combination of both of these because it uses the Dragonborn jaw and chins to be able to combine and create some very fun combinations here. So you can see there, that looks pretty decent, and I just threw that together randomly. Now for eye color mods, Padme 4000 made a really great eye color mod, giving us a whole bunch of different colors. And then also, if you have the Catbug mod, it has a bunch of eye colors too that are very vibrant. So I love those mods. I have the simple hairstyle mod. I like this mod a lot on console, or not on console, but potentially coming to console. I'm not entirely sure. It is in the in-game mod manager. Tab's hair salon would be my favorite, but that's a Nexus mod exclusive, and unfortunately won't be coming to console or the mod manager itself. I was previously using the fairy hairstyle mod by Yippee Lee Yee. They did a great job with this mod. I think this looks great. And then there's mods that allow you to use the origin character's hairstyles, so you can get real creative. If you want to make yourself look like Shadowheart, you got all the power to do so. So there's a bunch of different ones. Then Kay's hair mod here giving us even further creativity, personality. They did a great job with this one. And then also on the topic, there's beard mods that have been added that look really great. So if you're looking for different ones, like the Dragon Riders and the Genie's beard and the Whaler, you got unlimited combinations there. So yeah, very cool, and just opens up things for Baldur's Gate 3 to have about unlimited customization, because people are making mods at a fast rate. I'm trying to make my own mods, stretch for time, trying to get it to work. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on how the mod manager has been going after a month. And again, I mentioned donate to the mod creators. They've done a lot of great work for us here playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is going to give it a long shelf life. If you've played Skyrim, you'll know that Skyrim's still around and popular because of the modding community. So the modders out there doing a lot of great things for this game. Baldur's Gate 3, my favorite game of all time, and lots of great things coming for you guys. So just want to cover all that, and hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you all in the next video.